It seems like Iman Shumpert is struggling to cope with Teyana Taylor's new relationship with actor Aaron Pierre. Since Teyana and Aaron made their relationship public, Iman has been having a hard time dealing with it. Now Aaron and Teyana are the latest Instagram-famous couple in Hollywood, and Iman clearly isn't handling it well. For those who might not be familiar with the drama from Iman and Teyana's divorce in 2023, let's just say it was a total disaster. During the divorce, Iman treated Teyana terribly. He tried to gain full custody of their children, demanded the return of every gift he had ever given her during their marriage, and cheated on her with so many women it became hard to keep track of. It was a chaotic situation. Now that Teyana has moved on with her new partner, it's no surprise that Iman is upset. Reports even suggest that he is trying to take the children from her, seemingly out of spite, and to punish her. This situation is only going to get more complicated. Let's break it down further. Teyana officially filed for divorce from Iman in 2023. At first, she tried to present the split as amicable, stating that it was simply due to the couple growing apart. However, that image didn't last long once. The legal proceedings began, and it quickly became clear that most of the turmoil was coming from Iman. One of his first moves was to attempt to turn the narrative around, trying to paint Teyana as the villain. He even asked the court to force her to return every gift he had given her over their decade-long relationship, including everything from jewelry to an entire condo he had bought for her. His level of pettiness was extreme, but he didn't stop there. He also tried to claim a portion of the royalties from Teyana's music, including albums she had released before they even met. Normally, divorce settlements only address assets acquired during the marriage, so the fact that he was targeting earnings from her music career before their relationship was shocking. Iman's request to claim a share of Teyana's earnings from music she created before he even entered the picture was absolutely absurd. It came across as petty and desperate. If you thought that was messy, things took an even worse turn. Iman actually went to court, trying to lower his child support payments. At the time, he was already paying $8,000 a month for their daughters, Rue and Junie, about $4,000 for each child. While that might seem like a significant amount to some, in the celebrity world, it's actually on the lower end. Still, Iman had the nerve to ask the judge to reduce that amount. However, Teyana saw this coming from a mile away, and her legal team came fully prepared with evidence. They presented proof that Iman was spending far more than $88,000 a month on himself without hesitation. Essentially, the child support payments weren't even making a dent in his finances. He simply didn't want to pay. Iman tried to defend his request by saying he earned far less than Teyana. He claimed her gross monthly income was $93,587 before taxes, which was nearly double his $47,118 per month. Because of this income gap, he argued that $8,000 in child support was excessive. But Teyana's legal team hit back hard, revealing that Iman was living lavishly and spending over $100,000 each month on his extravagant lifestyle. Court documents showed that his total monthly expenses were around $112,500, including more than $14,000 on dining out, over $144,000 for his podcast, and more than $6,000 on video and music production. A report by Dennis Bryan also mentioned that Teyana's CPA claimed Iman spent $110,500 just on lunch each month, plus an extra $19,000 on travel between South Atlanta and Alpharetta for work. Teyana didn't hold back in her lawsuit, dropping bombshell after bombshell about why she had considered divorce long before officially filing. According to her, Iman's behavior had been problematic for years. She claimed that he had been unfaithful even before they were married, and that infidelity continued throughout their relationship. Throughout their entire relationship, including both of her pregnancies, Teyana accused Iman of continuing to cheat. But things took a more disrespectful turn when she claimed Iman went as far as sending photos of himself with their 2-month-old baby to women she suspected he was involved with. Iman, of course, tried to twist the situation by claiming Teyana had been unfaithful as well. However, she quickly put that to rest, making it clear that the only time she was involved with others was during breaks in their relationship, breaks that were caused by his own cheating. Her lawyer reinforced that Teyana was legally separated when she dated someone else and never cheated on Iman while they were still together. But honestly, Teyana didn't need to say much about Iman's infidelity because everyone already knew about his reputation. At this point, His history of cheating was practically public knowledge. He'd been caught in so many scandals that it seemed like infidelity was his second job. What made it worse was that he didn't even try to hide it. Shortly after their marriage, rumors began circulating that he was involved with another woman. Things got even messier when people speculated that this wasn't just a fling, that Iman and Teyana were actually in a three-way relationship with this woman, given that Teyana had openly talked about occasionally bringing a third person into their relationship. While the rumor wasn't exactly shocking, it definitely made people question the situation even more. It got even more complicated when Teyana suddenly wiped her Instagram and Twitter accounts, sparking more rumors that the cheating accusations might be true. However, she wasn't going to let the internet run wild with assumptions. She quickly returned to social media, shutting down the gossip and mocking people for being overly invested in her private life. Despite her efforts, the rumors about Iman's alleged infidelity continued to be a hot topic, especially in 2023, when a TikTok user stirred the pot even more by acting out a dramatic scenario supposedly based on a tip from one of Teyana's friends. Without naming anyone specifically, a TikTok user described a well-known singer whose husband, a former NBA player, had a history of cheating. The internet quickly pieced things together, assuming she was referring to Teyana and Iman. The TikToker also claimed that the wife had been hospitalized due to an overdose from using excessive nose candy, which had caused her to cancel an upcoming performance. Although the TikToker didn't explicitly mention Teyana or Iman, the connection was clear, especially since Teyana had posted a photo from the hospital just a few months prior. Teyana responded strongly, calling out the TikToker for spreading false information and making it clear that no one could push her to such extremes. She warned the person behind the video to be prepared for a court battle because she wasn't tolerating any false accusations. To be fair, no one claimed Teyana was flawless or that she never made mistakes in her marriage, but it was clear that she worked hard to protect Iman, their relationship, and their children. She was always on the defensive, shutting down rumors and trying to keep their personal life as private as possible. Despite her best efforts, everything came crashing down last year. Another woman exposed Iman yet again, this time with irrefutable proof. She shared a video where Iman's voice could clearly be heard in the background and posted a photo of herself wearing his chain, making it clear they had been involved. At this point, Teyana had no choice but to confirm that she and Iman had been separated for some time. Despite all the evidence, Iman still tried to spin the story, now portraying Teyana as the aggressor. He even claimed that she had physically attacked him in the past. Teyana, however, wasn't about to let that narrative stick. She explained how Iman had been insecure about her success and how his jealousy played a major role in the breakdown of their marriage. Even though he earned more than she did at one point, he struggled to cope with her growing fame. And this was just the start of the mess. After all the drama, you'd think Iman would have just accepted the situation. You'd think Iman would have moved on and tried to co-parent peacefully, but that's far from the case. Instead, he's been doing everything he can to make Teyana's life difficult, especially now that she's happily involved with Aaron Pierre. Since news broke about Teyana and Aaron's relationship, Iman has been losing control behind the scenes. Reports suggest he's been using legal loopholes to limit Teyana's access to their children, dragging out their custody battle. Sources close to the situation claim that Iman is acting out of spite, with no real concern for his kids' well-being. In fact, insiders say Teyana has always been the more involved parent, while Iman was often too busy living his own life to be present. But now that Teyana has someone new, Iman is suddenly playing the part of the concerned father. According to sources, he's been pushing for full custody of their daughters, even though he was frequently absent when they were still together. This situation feels like a classic case of a bitter ex who can't stand seeing his former partner do well without him. Now let's talk about Aaron Pierre. This guy is a complete 180 from Iman. Aaron, a British actor known for his roles in the Underground Railroad and Krypton, is quickly rising in Hollywood. Unlike Iman, Aaron avoids unnecessary drama, focuses on his career, and actually respects the woman he's with. Since Teyana and Aaron went public, it's clear to everyone how much happier and more at ease she looks with him. Of course, Iman isn't happy about seeing Teyana so content. Sources say he's been subtly throwing shade at Aaron, posting passive-aggressive messages on social media, and even telling mutual friends that Teyana is rushing things with him. But let's be honest, This isn't about Teyana moving too fast. This is about Iman's bruised ego. He thought he could treat Teyana however he wanted, embarrass her publicly, and still have her stuck on him. He assumed she would never move on. Iman thought Teyana would never find someone better. But now that she's with a man who genuinely respects her, he's starting to realize just how badly he messed up. Instead of owning up to his mistakes, he's choosing to be petty. Let's not forget, this is the same guy who disrespected Teyana time and time again, juggling multiple side chicks. But now that she's moved on, he's trying to play the victim. It doesn't add up. Meanwhile, Teyana is completely unbothered. She's focused on her career, enjoying her new relationship and caring for her children, all while ignoring Iman's childish antics. And honestly, that's the best form of revenge. At the end of the day, it's obvious that Iman is struggling to accept the fact that he lost someone real, and instead of working on being a better father and co-parent, he's letting bitterness take over. So what do you all think? Is Iman genuinely trying to do what's best for his kids, or is this just a case of a bitter ex who can't stand seeing his former partner move on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this drama.